executives, my colleague Nana Safodro, representing the Executive Council of the Football Association, my dear regional ministers representing our RFAs from the various regions, my dear club executives, managers representing men's football, and today I see a lady here, and most importantly, our landlord, the National Sports Authority. I would say good morning. And also good morning to my dear colleagues from the media who are represented here. I see 4 or 5 perhaps faces from the media. I would say I'm very happy to be here this morning. Like our chairman rightly said, I gave him no indication about me being here today. But obviously, once I am in Ghana and this event is happening, it was always only fair that I should be part of this Congress for various reasons. My history as an individual, as a football administrator, cannot be complete without reference to the work I did here at the League Clubs Association. The League Clubs Association gave me the platform and the possibility to be associated with football at the highest level in Ghana, for which reason I will forever be grateful to the League Clubs Association. I remember me sitting here in this little corner trying to also contribute my quota towards the development of our dear sport. And I also needed to be here because of the relevance of this special family that we have, or that we are gathered here. The Ghalca, like we all know, is made up of clubs in the Premier League, in Division 1, hopefully women's leagues, and our leagues from the various regions of Ghana. So it's a very, very important platform for all of us. Indeed, the Ghalca in the time past has played a big role, not only in the governance history of our football, but also ensuring that we continue to churn out intangible assets who are of the highest quality and who have represented and made Ghana proud at all levels of our game, be it girls and boys U17 up to the senior team, the Black Stars and the Black Wings. The Ghalca in the time past played a big part in ensuring that the FA functioned very well, and the human resource that was always available to work for the FA was most often picked up from this family here. The Ghalca in the time past and in the future will continue to seek the welfare of our members and to ensure that the needs of our members are always protected and perhaps fought for. The Ghalca has always been a platform that has brought all of us together as lovers of football, or people who are involved in the business of football. Indeed, in the time past, the Ghalca had seen as a big-time pressure group, but in a very good way, ensuring that the interests of clubs are heavily protected. The Ghalca of tomorrow is so crucial to us because it provides us with a unique platform of coming together, discussing our problems, sharing our problems, and looking for solutions for our problems. That's why Ghalca is as relevant as it was 2 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and it will be very relevant for the next years ahead of all of us. And it is for which reason it's important that we keep our commitment towards this noble family. When I walked through the gates, I saw Anita. And my heart was gladdened. Because one of the requests that I want to place in front of the executives and members of this Ghalca is for us to expand to include women in not only the executive body of the League Clubs Association, but also as key members of our dear association. Women's football has come to stay, and our desire for affirmative action to encourage more female participation in football across all fronts is still very, very key to us. For which reason, Mr. Chairman, again, I will respectfully ask that on your Executive Council, we make room for women's football, and also let's bring on board all the women clubs, especially at the Premier League level, onto the mainstream Ghalca. I hope you would consider this request. Tonight, we're going to have the launch of the 2020-2021 football season. It will be a TV show on Star Times, Adepa TV, Max TV, tonight at 6 p.m. What that means is that the journey into a season that looks promising for all of us, women's football, men's football Division 1 and the Premier League, will be rolled out this evening. I know and believe that every one of us is very expectant. I know Mideama Football Club are very ready. I know Krobia, Kumasi, Asante Kotoko are ready. I know Interallies, represented here by Eddie Aka, are very ready. But most importantly, on a more serious note, I know each one of us is very expectant. It's a season that looks very, very promising. It's a season that holds a lot of promise because of how active and proactive our members have been, not only in the transfer market, but also working and ensuring that we meet the key requirements of the licensing strategy, for which reason every club should be ready and it should be very, very competitive. It's a season that we expect all key stakeholders to respect the laws of the sport and to behave well, and it's a season that we hope will travel through its length and ensure that there are no problems. It's a season that will have loads of games on TV. It's a season that our clubs, especially our media departments, have been very active in preaching individual gospels of our clubs and preaching the good bit of Ghanaian football. It's a season that we're looking at producing the best of talents to represent Ghana. So tonight, through the kind courtesy of NASCO, through the kind courtesy of Melcom, through the kind courtesy of Star Times, through the kind courtesy of Macron, and through the kind courtesy of Decathlon, we will launch the 2020-2021 football season. Indeed, it is a season that has been given the needed impetus right from the time we met at Congress. For the first time in the history of Ghanaian football, our dear members had the opportunity to approve the budget of our football association. Let's clap for ourselves. That is a big step. It is a very, very big step that we have taken. Again, we're entering into a season where we have an enhanced working capacity at our headquarters here in Accra. We have a newly established national teams department. We have a marketing department. For the first time in the history of football, we have somebody specifically responsible for HR needs of our football association. We have an integrity officer in place. We have a new refereeing structure that is bringing hope and confidence into our football association, especially into refereeing in this country. For the first time, we're entering into a new season at a point in time where we have cleared all outstanding debts relating to the just cancelled football season, i.e. for our match officials. Referees, match commissioners, all paid up. I think it's been one of the key strategies this FA has undertaken to ensure fairness, to ensure we protect our sport, and to ensure that we bring sanctity to the sport that we all love so much. For the first time, we have cleared all debt relating to the cancelled 2019-2020 football season. To enhance and to bring more confidence into the system, we established, like I said earlier, new departments to manage refereeing in this country. Fortunately, we have a new referees manager, and he is working with the various newly created departments to ensure that we have the best of officiating. Our referees have gone through the required tests. They will have the final lap this weekend. A new list of refereeing have been released by the Football Association. Through the kind courtesy of STC, our referees will be traveling at half cost, 50% cost. We have invested in communication gadgets for referees in this country, so minimum all Premier League games, referees will be using the communication gadgets. It will be very visible. As we travel into the season, we intend to invest more so that referees in Division 1 and the Women's Premier League will also have access to the communication gadgets to improve communications while they discharge their duties. Indeed, referees are going to receive enhanced incentives. We started from the beginning of the truncated or the cancelled football season. So you could see, my colleagues, that most of our energy has been spent around improving the act of refereeing in this country. Also, to ensure that they are well motivated, we're going to provide each referee 3 uniforms for the new season. 3 uniforms for the new season. Through the kind courtesy of Star Times, we're going to have a minimum of 5 games being beamed live for the GPL during the upcoming season. 5 games minimum. 5 games minimum. For the DOL, once we do start the season, 3 games will also be beamed live via our social media platforms. Same will be applicable to the Women's Premier League, where 2 games per each match weekend will be beamed live to the world. You can also see that we've invested a lot in the communications department of the FA, and there's renewed energy. Their work is visible for everybody to see. My colleagues, it is this time of the year that we need everybody. It is this time of the year that the league clubs needs the support of each one of us. It is this time of the year that the Football Association needs the support of everybody here. The work ahead of us is enormous. The executives of our League Clubs Association cannot do this alone. Without your support, your Football Association cannot do it alone. It is this time of the year that we need to let go of the past. Indeed, if we have to look inwardly, we've gone through turbulence as Ghalca. We've gone through bad moments, but we've also gone through good moments. It is this time of the year that we all need to look forward and let go of the challenges that we've seen or we've gone through. The years ahead of us provides us with an opportunity to re-examine what we have done, to pick up the good lessons and try to develop our League Clubs Association for it to be stronger and for it to play perhaps a more positive role in the management of football in this country. From this platform, individual clubs would improve because of the interactions you're going to have here, because of the knowledge you're going to share. And once individual clubs improve, your football association would also improve. Once clubs are improving, the FA also improves. So it's important that we stick to this family We speak about ourselves, we correct the mistakes we make, we pick up the good lessons and improve as individual members of our football association. And once we improve, your football association as a body also improves automatically. This is the call. This is the request. The request is, let's stick together. Let's stick together. When we stick together, believe me, there is no product that is stronger than football. But we can only enjoy the full benefits of this strong family unit if we stay together. We will have problems, but like I said at Congress, this is the platform to speak about ourselves, to correct the mistakes, to identify the mistakes, and to improve on our work ethics and how we think football has to be managed. Mr. Chairman, as we go into our next elections, it's important that we stay as a unit. Different candidates will come up. We have our individual choices, but let us not destroy the League Clubs Association. Let us stay together. We'll have our differences by way of who we think must lead, who must be an executive member. But let's look beyond that. Let's look beyond our individual choices and think about Ghalca. Let's think about how to make Ghalca strong. Beyond the elections, we must come together as a much stronger force. Beyond the elections, let's come together as much stronger than we've ever been. I want to thank you all for this opportunity to speak. The season ahead of us looks very, very promising. It looks very, very interesting. As individuals, let's play our part to make it even more interesting. Thank you so much, and I wish you the very best.